Hello guys, I am Jasmeet and welcome to Blogging Unplugged. This is a quick video to inform you about the WP Rocket Spring Sale that is going on right now, and during it you can get 20% off on your purchase until 21st March 2023. Now I have left a link to this deal in the description box below. Feel free to check it out. Now as far as the topics covered in this video are concerned, I've talked about the pricing. I've shown you the pricing, and then I have taken you to the back end of Blogging Unplugged, and I've shown you what exactly are the features that you get. It is a very brief walkthrough so that you understand what exactly you get. Again, link to WP Rocket is in the description box below along with the timestamps and socials. Feel free to follow us on other platforms as well. And with that said, let me start sharing the screen. So here we are on the homepage of WP Rocket, and as you can see, the spring sale is live now, and you will get 20% off for a limited time only. Now to see the plans, what we are going to do is we are going to click pricing. You can click buy WP Rocket as well and get WP Rocket as well. So here are the three WP Rocket plans, and as you can see, the single plan is available for 47.20 for a single website and for a year of support and updates. Similarly, plus plan is for three websites. The pricing is 95.20 and you will get 1 year of support and updates for three websites. And the infinite plan is for unlimited websites, 1 year of support and updates, and this is the pricing 239.20. Now remember, this pricing is available for a limited time only until March 21st. Now you can see right over here they are saying March 17th, but this pricing will be available until March 21st. Now again, link to this is in the description box below. Now the next thing that we are going to discuss is the features, and for that I will take you to the dashboard of WP, not WP Rocket, to the dashboard of Blogging Unplugged, and there we are going to see the features. So now that you are familiar with the WP Rocket Spring Sale pricing, the next topic that I wanted to touch on was what exactly do you get with this plugin? What exactly are the settings? So I wanted you to see exactly what you get. So here we are inside the Blogging Unplugged dashboard. Basically, this is my website. I run this website, and you can see I use WP Rocket as well. That is why I'm recommending this product. If you want a cache plugin that actually works, then this is the plugin for you. Okay, now you can see the first thing that you will see. So let's start off with the first thing that you will see. Okay, so when you install this plugin, to visit the WP Rocket settings, what you can do is you can go to WP Rocket settings from right over here. Okay, from the admin bar, and the second is through the settings. Right here you get the option. Okay, the next thing that you need to know is I have a single license and the expiration date is right over here. I am not using Rocket CDN right now. I use Cloudflare instead, right? So these are the things. Now the next thing, the first setting that you get is cache. Now remember this thing. Earlier, WP Rocket came with the option for the desktop cache, but now they don't, because as soon as you will install this plugin, it will start caching for the desktop, right? It will instantly start caching pages on your website, unlike some other basically cache plugins where you will have to visit a page in order to start the caching process. This is not the case here, right? So you get two options right over here. Enable caching for mobile devices. The setting is self-explanatory, and the second one is the separate cache for mobile devices. This is for the websites that do not use responsive themes or have a different version for their mobile sites, right? In that situation, in case you want to generate separate cache files for your mobile devices, for the website of mobile devices, then you can select this option, and this option is for you. I do not use this option because I'm using Cadence, and that is a responsive theme. Okay. Now the next option that you get is user cache. Now this is for the logged in WordPress users. So for example, you have restricted content on your website, such as you are hosting online courses, or you have certain areas that are restricted only to basically the logged in users. In that situation, you can basically enable this, select this option, and it will enable caching for them as well. Now the next is the cache lifespan. So basically any files older than 10 hours will automatically will be deleted. So this is that option. Okay. Now the next option that we get is the file optimization. So again, HTML file optimization was an option that was included in WordPress Rocket way back then, but now that option has been removed, and WordPress Rocket takes care of it itself. Now the second option that you get is the minify CSS files, and the similar option minify JavaScript files. The function is exactly the same, removes the white spaces and comments from the code. This is what this basically setting does. Once you will select it, it will reduce the size of the file by removing the white spaces and comments. That's it. Okay, the next is the combine CSS file. So what this setting will do is it will combine all of your CSS into one file to reduce the HTTP requests. Okay, now I haven't selected this option because this wasn't working well with my website at that point in time, and probably I haven't tested it again after a few updates, because everything is working well for me for right now, right? Similar option that you get here is for the JavaScripts. Again, what this setting lets you do is basically it will combine all of the JS files to reduce the HTTP requests, right? Now the next option that you get under the CSS files is the optimize CSS delivery, that is right over here. And basically this option eliminates the error that you see named render blocking CSS. And then there are two options for this. Either you can load CSS asynchronously, or you can remove the unused CSS. Okay, so what I have done is I have selected remove unused CSS from here, and the website works great. Now the next option that you see under the JavaScript is the load JavaScript deferred, and when you will select this option, it will defer the loading of JavaScript, and it will eliminate again the render blocking JS problem that you see in various tools. Okay, you can exclude JavaScript files by adding them right over here. The next option is delay execution of JavaScripts. Again, it will delay the loading of JavaScripts if you have selected these options. Now remember one thing, when you are using these options, you will have to try a few combinations out, basically what works for your website best. It is always not a good idea to enable all of these options, because it can lead to a broken layout or some of the features not showing or working properly. So every time you enable or disable in an option, you will have to see how it is behaving in the front end. So you go check every time you enable these options. Okay. So for in case everything is working perfectly, right? You do not want anything broken on the front end. So keep this in mind. The next is the media optimization, and the options that you see are the lazy load, and those are for the images, iframes and videos. Okay, so you can see I have enabled all of these options over here. And again, I do not use lazy load in any other format. So for those of you who have been following the let me just make this thing very clear. For those of you who have been following the development journey of WordPress with us, WordPress by default comes with this lazy load option. Now what WP Rocket does is it removes that part of the lazy load that comes with the that comes within the core, and they deploy their own option for lazy load. Okay, so I personally use the lazy load from WP Rocket, and that is what I am using for images, iframes and videos as well. You can see right over here. In case you want to exclude any images, you can add them right over here. Now the next option that you see in this in the media optimization is the image dimensions, and on selecting this option, basically it adds height and width attributes to images and basically prevents the layout shifts. So what happens is when a website is loading and there are not appropriate height and width attribute, you oftentimes see the screen move or the image media move with the screen when it is loading. So that is known as basically layout shifts, and this option basically prevents that thing to happen by adding the height and width attribute to it. So this option, I have selected this option. Okay, now after image dimensions, the next option that we are going to discuss is the preload. Now in preload, what happens is when you publish a page or a post, or you make changes to any of the pages or the post, the plugin WP Rocket, basically if you have selected this option, it automatically detects the changes using the sitemap. Okay, it will automatically detect those changes on your sitemap and it will save it to the database. So basically you always have the right pages available on your website. So often if you are using a cache plugin, you must have seen even after publishing a page and clearing your cache, it is not often that you see those changes reflected on the front end. So this is that setting, right? It basically preloads a page as soon as it is published, right? So earlier what used to happen was in this setting was when you used to activate this preloading option, it would detect the sitemap, basically the SEO plugin using which you are creating the sitemap, or any other plugin basically using which you are generating the sitemap. So you will have to select your sitemap and then it would start the preloading process. But now it automatically detects in the background. You just have to select this option right over here. I am using rank math SEO to generate sitemap on this website. Most of our sites again use rank math SEO. So I just have to select this option and it will start preloading the pages and posts on Blogging Unplugged. So that's it. This is the setting for you. Just one click, preloading is activated. Now in case you want to exclude any URLs, then this is the option. Now after the link preloading, the next option that you get is prefetch DNS request. So what this feature basically does is, let's just take an example of a YouTube video that is embedded into a web page. Okay, so now let's just first talk about this YouTube video. This YouTube video is a file on a third-party website, right? And you are embedding it on your website. So when a user visits your website and clicks on this video, there is a connection that will be established between your website and the YouTube. That file will be fetched and then you will be able to view that embedded video. Right now WP Rocket speeds up this process using this feature, where once a user visits this page, what it will do is it will establish the connection behind the scenes, telling the browser that this file might be required, right? So that connection will be made using the DNS prefetch. This is the option using which this connection will be made, and all of the URLs are here. You have to specify all of the URLs here. These are some of the common URLs that you get with WP Rocket. In case you want to specify any of the URLs, then you can do them right over here. Now the next option, pretty much the similar option, is preload fonts, and it basically helps the browser come across fonts in your CSS files. So you can see I have specified a few fonts that I wanted browsers to discover quickly. So these are the fonts. You can see these are all Elementor fonts. So this is this setting. Now the next one is the advanced rules, and in case you do not want to cache some URLs, you can see I have specified sitemaps, some cookies, some user agents, or you want to purge a URL, or you want to cache a query string, then you can specify them here. I haven't specified anything. The next thing is the database. And now when you are using plugins, when you are creating pages and posts, making changes to them, you will see revisions on your website, right? You will see auto drafts being created. You will see trash posts, something that you've removed. Then you have spam comments, then you have trash comments, and then you have transients that comes. These are basically the temporary plugin files that are generated basically by the plugins, and all of these contributes to the bloat on your websites, can slow down your website considerably. So WP Rocket has this option of automatic cleanup. You can see I've set the frequency to weekly. You can set the frequency to daily or monthly as well. I have set it to weekly, and you can click this option and save and optimize. You can clean the bloat from your website anytime that you want. All you have to do is just click right over here, and it will automatically clean the database for you. You can see I just ran the database optimization process, and 37 revisions were optimized, 1 auto drafts and 45 transients were optimized, right? It is as simple as that. You do not need, with the WP Rocket, you do not need a lot of plugins. That's what I'm going to say. It does the job of multiple plugins. It is an amazing, amazing plugin. Now the next is the CDN. In case you want to connect your CDN, so this is a WP Rocket CDN, but in case you want to connect any other CDN that you can do from right over here, then the next option is the heartbeat. You can control the heartbeat from here. I do not use this option because that option is not right now required on my website. The next option is the add-ons, and you can see if you are using the varnish, then WebP compatibility I have enabled. Then I am using the Cloudflare add-on because again I told you I'm using Cloudflare, so the status is on. All you have to do is select this option. It will show you a bunch of settings right here. These will be, you will have to add your API keys. That generation process, it's pretty simple, right? And you can easily connect your Cloudflare to WP Rocket. It speeds up your website significantly, but some of you, if you are using the Rocket Loader setting, that setting hasn't worked for me in ages. I've been using Cloudflare for some time. Rocket Loader doesn't work for me. In case if you are basically enabling that option, do check how it is impacting the front end, because at times it doesn't work well with a lot of websites. Let's just say that. Now the next option that you see is Scurry. You can, if you are using Scurry plugin, then you can basically enable this option right over here and integrate it with WP Rocket. After that comes the image optimization. If you want to install Imagify, you can do that. It has a free version and a premium version as well. I don't use Imagify. I just use Tiny PNG. Okay, because that is free to use basically. And does a good job. So that is what I use, and rest is the import, export and rollback. You can see right over here, and that's it. In case you want tutorials, those are again available inside the dashboard. You can access these. In case you want to, there are some settings that, for example, in case you want to understand how a setting works, basically if you want to know what CSS file options all of these settings does, then you can click right over here, and it will show you all of these tutorials or documentation right over here. You can visit, and you can see page is not cache, minify not working. So you have all of these tutorials or documentation that you can access directly from your WordPress dashboard. You do not have to go anywhere else. Rest, with the WP Rocket you get access to support as well, the premium support. So you just create a ticket from your account and they will answer your queries. In case you fail to understand something, again go to their website, contact them, they will help you out for sure. I have faced issues with WP Rocket before. I'm not gonna lie about it, but those issues have been resolved pretty quickly. Within 24 to 48 hours those were resolved. So that is what I am going to tell you about WP Rocket. So this is again the dashboard for WP Rocket, and I personally use and recommend this plugin. Most of the sites that I own or manage have WP Rocket installed, right? So this is basically a brief walkthrough of the WP Rocket dashboard inside your WordPress admin. Okay, now I hope you found this thing a little bit helpful. Now again, the pricing, the single is available for $47.20, single website, 1 year of support and updates. Plus website, plus plan 95.20, 3 websites, 1 year of support and updates. Infinite 239.20, unlimited website, 1 year of support and updates. Now remember one thing, all of these plans include all of the same features. The only difference is the number of websites you can activate the license on, right? So for example, you can see single is for 1, plus is for 3, and infinite is for unlimited websites. You will get exactly the same features in all of these plans, only the usage, there is a limit on usage, that's it, and you can increase it with the plan. So if you have single, you want to upgrade, go to plus. If you have plus, you want to upgrade the license usage, go to infinite. So that's the thing. Again, link to it is in the description box below. You will get 20% off for a limited time only until March 21st, 2023. Now I hope you have found this video helpful and are able to claim the WP Rocket Spring Sale that is going on right now. Now if you did, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. Now in case you have any queries regarding this deal, then feel free to comment down below and I will try and help. Also the links to WP Rocket along with the links to our socials is in the description box below. Feel free to follow us on other platforms as well. It helps out a lot. And with that said, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.